Aloha, kākou. It's DJ Kano, and we're in Division 2. I want to talk about the build that I use for inside the hotbox, the control room. That is the second boss of Iron Horse. So let's take a look at the build. Before I do that, though, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, there is a room in Iron Horse that you have to manage a bunch of controls for your team. It opens doors, it monitors some information that they need to know in order to shoot the correct boxes and get through that engagement. So you are in that room by yourself, and there will be fire that will eventually come to you if you're running this room where the glass breaks and there's going to be a bunch of fire. So it's basically just a room full of fire, and you want to be able to survive it so that you can go ahead and press buttons for your team. There's other ways to do it, don't get me wrong. This isn't the only way to run this build, and there's other ways to run that particular boss where you don't even have to worry about being on fire per se. But this is how we run it, and this is what I'd like to share with you guys if you are running it this way as well. Okay, so first things first, your specialization should be the survivalist, the crossbow. The reason for that is because the survivalist specialization does have some healing benefits to it, so I would run that. BTSU gloves. Because this is a healer-esque build, you should have BTSU gloves. You may as well have it anyway because you have a 6-tier skill yellow, and you'll be able to go ahead and reset Reviver Hives for your team. It also does come with some healing benefits to it as well, so you may as well go ahead and use this on this build. If you don't have this, I'm pretty sure you could get away with another brand set, so you might be able to get away with, let's see, if it's not this, maybe Hanayu. You could get away with the Hanayu gloves if you really don't have BTSU gloves, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get through just fine. I've not tested that theory. I should try that out one of these days and see if that does work. Moving on, though, I have Alps because I said this is a healer-esque build. The Alps Summit armament will have 20% repair skills on one piece. I'm running two pieces, so you can see I have 20% skill duration as well. Those two pieces are important, repair skills and skill duration, because I'm running a fixer drone and I'm running a restore hive. So excuse me, the repair skills is good for the two skills because they're repair oriented anyway. The duration will be nice because I'm running a fixer drone, and the fixer drone will stay up a little bit longer if I have duration on. It doesn't necessarily help out that much with the restore hive, but that's okay. It's mostly about the fixer drone anyway. As long as you have your fixer drone on you, active the whole time while you're inside this burning room of fire, you should be able to survive and you should have no problems at all. Okay, so coming back to the chest piece, I do have kinetic momentum while my skills are active. So while my drone is out or while my hive might be dropped, I will gain stacks up to 15 stacks, and I get 2% skill repair per stack. So I can earn up to 30% skill repair by doing this. Okay, so I keep saying skill repair. I mean repair skills. I'm sure you guys know that. But anyway, I can get up to 30% repair skills. Okay, so that is very nice because I'm running only repair. Let's take a look at the second piece of Alps that I have. I have armor regen rolled here instead of skill haste. I don't really need the skill haste. That's why I'm only going to probably use my fixture drone at most twice if this is an average duration of disengagement. So if your team takes the average amount of time, you should only need your hive twice. The You should only need your drone twice, is what I meant to say. The hive will be used in between those two times you use your drone. Okay? So armor regen is important because that will allow your armor to come back a little bit quicker to you. I do have 1, 2, 3 pieces that have armor regen on it. So I recommend getting that armor regen where you can. Now that I'm thinking about it, you might be able to get away with like a bellstone on the gloves if you don't have the BTSU. If you run like a bellstone because it gives you 1% armor regen by having a single piece, find one that might have yellow pieces on it and roll it with a skill tier so you have a 6 skill tier. So that may be another option to run if you don't have BTSU gloves. Okay, so coming back, this is my second piece of Alps, repair skills and skill duration. The other thing that will give me skill duration as you see on the top of the Murakami, the brand set bonuses, I will get the skill duration and repair skills. So it's like having the reverse of the Alps. I'm just getting more skill duration and more repair skills by running those two brand sets together. Okay, so I have repair skills again and armor regen. And then if you look over here, I do have the named knee pads, the Emperor's Guard knee pads that you get from the Dark Zone. If you are not able to get it from the Dark Zone, you may be able to get them from named caches when you can get them. Right now, we don't have any current seasons running, so you won't be able to get them from a named cache that way. But sometimes named drops are still possible. We'll see what comes up in the future content. Hopefully it drops soon, and you may be able to get them there. But otherwise, these are DZ exclusives, so unfortunately, these may be hard to get if you do not run into the Dark Zone. But pay attention to the Dark Zone vendors, because the vendors sometimes sell these. Not the best rolls all the time, but they may be able to sell a decent one that you can purchase with DZ credits. Yes, that means you still have to go into the DZ, but farming for credits is still significantly easier than getting lucky and trying to farm for the knee pads themselves, because rogues can take those from you. Rogues are not often concerned about DZ credits. So if they kill you, you could probably still get your credits back and try to take those out. So I wouldn't worry about these too much, though. It just gives you 1% armor regen. You should be fine with a regular pair of Murakami knee pads if you got them. And just run armor regen and repair skills if you got. Okay, and the last piece that's important here is I have the the Richter and Kaiser. So many people are probably like, why are you running Richter and Kaiser? Nobody uses Richter and Kaiser. But that's because the one piece gives me 20%. The 20% incoming repairs is very, very nice for this particular build. My buddy referred to this build actually as it's a selfish healer build, right? So incoming repairs, a lot of you might be like, what the heck is that? Incoming repairs is just like repair skills, almost exactly like repair skills, except it just deals with the incoming repair, so just for you. So repair is just for yourself. This does not benefit anything that helps anybody else. So incoming repairs will affect potentially the Fixer Drone and the Restorer Hive for you, but it doesn't make it stronger for anybody else. Okay, so that's why people probably don't wear Richter and Kaiser as much for that reason. But incoming repairs is good because you need heals for yourself in that hotbox. Okay, looking at the talent, I just happen to have Safeguard, while at full armor increases total skill repair by 100%. So there may not be too many opportunities where I'm at full armor in that room, but there's nothing else that really makes sense to run. I mean, maybe I could run like Protector or something, but even still, I'm not running a shield. So I don't think that there's anything that makes the most sense to run in there. So I figured I may as well run Safeguard. Okay, so that's basically the build. So as you can see it, right? So Murakami, 2 pieces, Alps, 2 pieces, Richter and Kaiser. And if you don't have BTSG gloves, like I said, I recommend maybe giving it a shot with a 1-piece Bellstone that you can run in yellow. So that may be helpful for you. Okay, and the name of the game is just keeping your drone above your head. If your drone is about to die, you need to time it just right. Throw your Restore Hive on the ground. Let your drone cool down and come back to you. Once it comes back to you, go ahead and pop your hive and give overcharge and restore revivers to everybody else that's in your engagement. It's really quite simple. That's how the build works, and it's really a passive build. You don't have to do anything special except for the things that I just said, and it's just to keep you alive while you are pressing buttons in the control room. That's basically it for this build, guys. Hopefully this helps you out and giving you another option. I do have a couple of clanmates that do run a tank build. They basically just run the normal hazard tank build. So let me see if I have it right here. So they just run the normal hazard tank build inside that room, which would be, I think they run Murakami if they have it. So I have a different Murakami knee pads here. This one I was able to get hazard protection on top of it. So, and I was able to roll armor on it. So it's perfect for this blue build. I do have 1-piece Bellstone, like I mentioned. So I get 1% armor regen. Everything has Pro and armor regen. Then I have a 2-piece Sealer Guard. So 2-piece Sealer Guard, I'm running, well, technically a 3-piece because I have the Chill Out Mask from that special event that we had. So the Chill Out Mask allows me to have 2 different mod slots on top of here, and I have total armor, health, and I get another armor regen from here. So these 3 pieces give me 1% armor regen. This gives me 1% armor regen, and this gives me my third percent of armor regen. So if I have 3 pieces of armor regen, 3% of armor regen, that should be plenty for you to go ahead and run on this build inside there too. And then I also have a Yawl gear, which gives me hazard protection for having 1 piece. I do have to optimize this, but I have Haz Pro and Armor Regen. So basically everything with Haz Pro and Armor Regen. I would also recommend that whatever way you run this, if you don't have Emperor's Guard knee pads, go ahead and just get 3%. You get 3% by having 2 pieces of Golan. That gives you 1% armor regen, 1 piece of Bellstone, or the 3 pieces of Heligard, and that will give you your third percent as well. So don't worry about having to use the Emperor's Guard if you don't have it, or even the Chill Out Mask. You can just run it with 3 normal pieces of Heligard, 2 pieces, these would be 2 pieces of Golan, and then Bellstone. And also want to keep in mind that it doesn't need to be in this configuration. If you happen to farm and get a really good holster that's Heligard, then run that. You know, the only thing that I would say is non-negotiable would probably be your chest piece. Having the perfect Vanguard on a tank build is very, very nice. So you can pop your shield out and give bonus armor. So if your chest is Heligard, then your other pieces would appropriately be 2 Golan, 2 Heligard, and 1 Bellstone, whatever they might be. I happen to be running Safeguard on this too. It's probably more beneficial if I could find one that has opportunistic on top of it. And according to what I'm seeing here, though, I don't think I've rolled this piece at all. So I think I can change the talent and make it whatever I want to. So for now, I think I found one with Safeguard. I'm going to use it this way, but I can change it whenever I want to. Okay, so that's how you can run your hotbox builds. My version, I recommend the Selfish Healer build, but again, like I said, I do have teammates that run the blue version inside that room. You would just have to make sure you run burn resistance mods on top of your pieces. So you can see burn resistance, burn resistance, burn resistance. And because I have an extra mod slot for the Chill Out Mask, I have protection from elites. The other version that I have, I do run I have 1 piece of incoming repairs, and then the other 2 are repair skills for my mods. Okay? All right. But yeah, that is officially it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there and checking out this video. For anybody who is running something different, by all means, please leave something in the comments so that I can learn from other people. I love learning from other people, and other people can learn from you too. So appreciate any kind of feedback you might have about these builds and how you might run the hotbox in the Iron Horse boss number 2. And until next time, guys, appreciate you. Appreciate any of you who have subscribed recently. And anytime someone drops a like, it's much appreciated as well. I just do this for fun, though. So either way, we're all good. Okay, guys, shoots.